Junction versus Eagle Valley out at Central tonight. If we can get to those highlights, oh boy, I can't wait. Let's get to them. Austin Kerfman, he goes for the shot, but watch this sprawl from Brian Correa, puts the head down, gets around behind for two. Later, it's Correa's shot that eventually nets the takedown. He'd pick up the 13-0 major. At 106, Tanner Roig, he gets a takedown right at the very end of the second, but it would be Braden Ward who would get the win, thanks in particular to this movement I'm about to show you. It kind of a fireman's, but we swings his shoulder up and over, has an arm hook, gets on top for the takedown, and throws in some back points for good measure on the way to the 10-8 win. 113, Landon Scarborough gets the Tigers in the win column here. You see him locking up the cradle, just slowly work back on it and get the pinfall for the Tigers. Makes it 13-6 Devils. Look at like Andrew Leba. He might get tripped here, but comes away with the throw instead. And then on top, Eric Ornelas, he's caught out on his back, and yeah, Tigers double their score. Who's hungry for some chicken wings? Colton Romero sure is. He put in a double order. This looks awfully nice. Has him in tight, hips are on the other side. A third consecutive first period pin puts the Tigers on top, 18-13. Tigers put on his show, and it doesn't stop there. James Wegley takes down Cody Roper to his back. And look at this. He found a head, found an arm, and now we're going to speed it up because they circled around here for some time. Kudos to Roper for not giving up. Believe me, it's not a position you want to be fighting from, but eventually Coach Sand would yell, "Turn your hips." Wegley obliges and picks up another pin for the Tigers. And Junction still rolling, folks. This time it's Abel Martinez coming away with the dump out of the Firemen's. Going to need to find something to grab onto, goes chest to chest, and finds another pin for the Tigers. 5 consecutively if you're keeping score, but Manuel Heredia is about to reverse fortune for the Devils here. Locks in the cradle, rocks it back, and makes it 30-19 Tigers. Mason Sanders working from bottom, gets separation on those hips, but gets sucked back in, taken down, but look at his right arm. He gets inside position and would eventually work around for the reversal. Part of his 7-2 victory. Junction would win at 39-31. A little taste of the Central Junction matchup against Kerfman, again, initiating the shot, which is great, but his head was down. Javi Martinez gets a round 4-2, ultimately wins the 3-0 match. At 120, Andrew Leba, always worth the price of admission, putting on a clinic with a nice single leg, and then he's also pretty strong too, getting the cradle pin. Davian Sandoval here with a takedown on Colton Romero, keeps a hold of that shoulder, and eventually works this into a pin. The Warriors would top the Tigers 39-30, the type of duel you hate to leave early, but I'd hate it even more if you didn't have highlights. Let's